What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. We're going to try to do a comparison between Moonstone and Thena to see who really is the queen bee of the game. These are two of the most expensive characters that you can get. You got a 6,600 crystal wall character here and Moonstone, and then you got to buy Makari, Gilgamesh, spend some crystals for the uniform. You're going to spend over 9,000 crystals to get Thena. So I thought it'd be a good idea to see which one of these characters is actually stronger. Now, full transparency, we got one character that's physical attacking in Thena, the other's an energy attacking character in Moonstone, and I do have 23% more energy attack than I do physical attack on my cards. I also have a 20% energy attack proc to boot on top of that. So there's going to be times where Moonstone will actually have an extra 43% energy attack compared to Thena on her physical attack. That is a huge advantage. Now we're going to try to set up a team to where this is going to be a little bit more fair in the comparison wise. Another thing about Thena is she can actually take advantage of having two supports because she does have a self-buffing leadership. That is a big deal. Now Moonstone without Thena, actually let me put Moonstone over here and let me give her the character that we're going to put on the team here. Let's see here. I'm going to find her. So we're going to use Captain Marvel for Moonstone's team, and with Captain Marvel we have 51,700 energy attack right now. My Moonstone does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Odin's blessings, and their other energy attack Urus are 6-star, and then she also has a plus 1.5, or I'm sorry, plus 1% accumulation, which is pretty nice considering that Athena has the same thing, which is really nice. Plus you got all these attack buffs, you got a heal, so on. We got the fully awakened Power Ranger Hawk set, and then we do have a mighty CTP of energy, which it gives us an additional pierce by 4%, and then we don't have a uniform. Now, as far as Thena is concerned, let me pop up Thena here. Thena actually has 50,000 physical attack with her leadership. So, having Captain Marvel on the team with Moonstone and just using Thena's leadership puts their physical and energy attack about the same. But remember, I do have a 20% energy attack proc on my card. So whenever that procs, Moonstone will still have an extra 20% energy attack damage. Now, Thena's build is pretty similar, but she has 4 Odin's blessings instead of 6, right? And she does have the damage accumulation plus 1%, which is pretty cool. She also has a fully awakened Power Ranger Hawk set. She also has the mighty CTP of energy that gives her additional pierce by 5%. Thena also has an additional 5% pierce in her kit, which is also pretty cool. And then her uniform is only at rare, so I still got a ways to go as far as leveling up the uniform, but their physical attack and their energy attack is going to be relatively close in this comparison. But again, I do have an extra 20% energy attack proc on my cards. Now I might do some editing here because I'm going to try to get the best run possible. We're going to do this against Null. We're going to try this against stage 29. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Valkyrie on both of their teams. Remember, Thena can actually take advantage of using White Fox, which is a huge advantage. In White Fox's new uniform, it's an extra 65% increase to damage, and the other uniform is 60%. So, I mean, it makes a big difference having White Fox on the team. But we're going to go ahead and throw Captain Marvel in here. And right now, because of the 30% ignore dodge on Valkyrie, and we got some ignore dodge from Moonstone CTP of energy, we only need 2 ignore dodge strikers. So we're going to use 2 ignore dodge strikers, and then we got some damage to supervillains. And we're going to see how long it takes to go through the first phase. All right. We want to build up that beatdown proc. Something else to note about Captain Marvel with Moonstone on the team is that they got a nice little team up bonus to where whenever you're using the co-op skill, Captain Marvel does her 5th skill, and Moonstone actually does a lot more damage. There we go. Another thing is, after Moonstone does her awaken skill, a lot of times because of the long cooldowns on her skills, the proc will trigger early before you can go into your skills after using the awaken skill. Alright, here we go. And awakened characters also have an advantage because they have their awakened skills ready to go. See there, you see the proc triggered from after using the awakened skill. So we're just going to wait for it to finish. There we go. And that took about 55 seconds. That took 55 seconds. Okay. That wasn't a bad run at all, right? 55 seconds. Now how long is it going to take Thena? So we're just going to go ahead and take Captain Marvel out of here. We'll put Thena in there. We're just going to use the one support in the first run. and see how we do. Now we could take out one of these strikers because Thena actually has an extra 20% more dodge in her kit, but we'll see, we'll see. All right, so we're gonna do that again because that run was pretty bad. Her proc actually got off quite a few times, and that's kind of the thing about Thena. Sometimes because she does so many hits on her skills, she will set off the proc early, and believe me, that is annoying. Now right there, we landed the proc, which is exactly what we want. And you really want to try to do 3, 4, 2, 5. And I just try to build up that beat down. There we go. We landed the proc again. Now, the other thing that sucks about using a proc on Thena is if you try to use your tier 3 every other rotation, you'll find that the proc will trigger before you use your tier 3. But when you land the proc on the tier 3, that's when you're going to do some pretty insane damage. Now, again, we're just using one support in this run, right? So we're going to kind of run around. There we go. Perfect. Got the proc where it belongs. But as you guys can see, we're already kind of running behind compared to Moonstone. But something to keep in mind is that, you know, with Moonstone, that's the max team, right? We have one support, we have a leadership. Moonstone doesn't have a self-buffing leadership, and Thena does. So Thena can actually take advantage of having 2 supports. All right. Just kind of get back here a little bit. Try not to get caught in the cage. There we go. And it's going to take longer, right? There we go. Oh, man, we got stunned. That wasn't good. I really love the rework that they did for Thena because she really is just so much tankier than what she was before. Okay. And there you go, right? That took a long time, right? That took about 1 minute and 44 seconds, right? Much longer than Moonstone with the full team, right? So let's try Thena with 2 supports. So we'll take out Moonstone and we can put in another support. Now we could put in Wave, we could put in Mystique, we could put in White Fox. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slap in Wave here. That's gonna give an extra 50% damage to super villains. I mean, I could put in White Fox and get an extra 60% damage to super villains. And I do think Thena would be stronger, honestly, in a rage or using a rage. And you can already see the damage difference having that extra support. And that's kind of the benefit of Thena, right? You know, because she has a self-buffing leadership, she actually can take advantage of having 2 supports, whereas Moonstone can't. We're just trying to build up that beatdown proc. There we go. You gotta be fast with that damn proc, man. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. We're landing the proc beautifully right now. And if you were using a rage, it would be a lot easier to keep use the tier 3 every other rotation. But as you guys can see, right? Even with 2 supports, Moonstone still seems to pull out a little ahead, but keep in mind that also I don't have as many Odin's Blessings on Thena as I do Moonstone. I don't have an extra physical attack proc like I do an energy attack proc on my cards for Moonstone. Moonstone's got a lot of advantages, and the fact that Thena did this, right? She did use 2 supports, and she did it. It took her 6 seconds longer than what it did with Moonstone. So it really depends on how you look at things, right? If you want to look at things like, well, you know, this character needed 2 supports, that's how they were stronger, then you'd probably say Moonstone is stronger than Thena. But if you look at just the overall power of these characters with the best teams that you could put possibly with them, then I would say Thena is actually stronger because Thena can actually take advantage of the best support in the game, which is White Fox. If I had the same amount of physical attack as I do energy attack, then we would have done even more damage. We've done even better. So I actually got to give it to Thena, although I do think Moonstone is easier to play with a proc. I do think she's easier. Like, you can always land a proc with her every single time, except for the one time, like right after the awakened skill, sometimes the proc will trigger from all those explosions going on, and that'll screw it up. But other than that, she's real easy to keep the proc where it belongs, whereas Thena can be a little bit more difficult. If you're doing 3, 4, 2, 5, sometimes the proc will trigger early. If you're doing 3, 4, 5, it won't be as bad, but you're trying to use your skills so that way you can bring your tier 3 more often. And you know what? Just speaking of which, here, I'll just show you that real nut quick, guys, because I know somebody's going to say in the comments, well, you should have been using that every other rotation. So that's what we're going to do. Here, let's do it one more round, and I'll go ahead and do the tier 3 every other rotation. But you're going to see that proc will get off. All right, so we got to do that again because there's some technical difficulties. All right, so let's try it. We're going to try to do the tier 3 every other rotation, but I'm telling you, that proc will probably get off. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And I try to build up the beatdown proc every single time. And you just can't go into that tier 3 fast enough, right? And I guarantee you that tier 3 just landed on the 5th skill. And that's pretty much what happens when you try to do the tier 3 every other rotation. But we'll keep it going just to show you guys. There we go. Proc landed on the 5th skill. But in the next rotation, it will get off probably. There we go. Hit the tier 3. And yeah, I mean, the proc just gets off. Ooh, we'll come back here. And, all right. And as you guys can see, because we're missing our procs, like we're doing the tier 3 every other rotation, but because we're missing our procs, we're actually doing less damage. Now there we actually landed the tier 3 where it belongs. I mean, it wasn't a lot longer, right? 3 minutes 46, so it took like 1:14 seconds, but it was still faster when I was doing the tier 3 every, like, you know, I do 2 rotations and then do the tier 3 because I was keeping the proc on the tier 3. That damn thing does a lot of damage. You don't want to miss it. So that's why I was playing the way I was a second ago. But I wanted to show you guys this because that tier 3 does get off when you just go, you know, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, tier 3. It gets off a lot, man. She does a lot of hits, and a lot of times you just can't go into tier 3 fast enough. So that's why I was playing the way I was earlier. But all in all, I do think Thena is the stronger character, especially considering the cards that I have. But, you know, Moonstone is still quite godly. So let me know what y'all think about this little comparison between these two ladies. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.